earlier is I'm trying to kind of preset some of these handles for arts and craft activity. But I wanted to, talk and explain a few things. And one of many of those things is Street Meat Company. What it is that I actually have maybe one or two to three places. I want to say four. You know, when we actually get to, let's say, the central government place, DC or New York. So I'm like, okay, three, four places, but of course it could be many other places. We see a lot of national and international conversations that is relative to some of the things that I'm communicating. But check it out. The thing is that um, my place of business is California and Georgia. I said that I had did one thing or the other because the information readily and the work, though it's universal, you can write a book anywhere. You can write a paper anywhere. Now, when you start looking at, what kind of business, it could be a many places in one. But I had explained that Kwanzaa, I wanted it here in California because Kwanzaa was generated here in California, meaning that Los Angeles, it was established in Los Angeles, California. And the same thing with 4th of July, which I call Chick. It was established in, well, 4th of July is established, it's just national, but I wanted it to be in Georgia because of the human rights, I mean, the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement was universal, but now we're looking at Martin Luther King, okay? We're looking at Martin Luther King and that time there. Now, the thing is that is one, in regards to being at one place, my residence is about an hour away, or hour and a half away from Atlanta. Okay, but most of the place that I actually want to do the parade and stuff is in the heart of the AUC Center, which is a predominantly Black university. The reason why is because not because Martin Luther King went there, but because there was a lot. We had the movie School Days. There's been like a lot of little information that was relative to why we need to keep it in the forefront and understanding about Chick. Um, I was just like, okay, looking at it, the reason why you would pick one place or the other. Like, well, Irene, where will you be? I want to be in more than one place. This is the reason why you're looking for team. You're looking for team because you want to be able to incorporate conversations and have teams that readily want to work with you to make things manifest, you know? So I said, and I had explained the reason why those events are important, us implementing the activities for 4th of July and why Kwanzaa is important. Just going to give a little comment or tab. There is this place that I'm looking at, and I was thinking about it, and I just said yes. I said, oh, that would be really nice to have an archive of history. Because I was like, well, what would we use for that? I was like, we have a museum, but we can have like the arts, but then readily we just know that we're functioning quite that way, like under Chick. Yes, I'm asking for resources for event, not just now, but also later. You understand? It's not just for now. But anyway, the international scope of it, I had traveled Central America, and I just want us to understand something. Central America, South America, North America, and yes, I know Canada. All of it is American. You understand where I'm coming from? So that means that if we're doing business, and even though they may say, okay, well, they're different countries and all that kind of stuff, we do understand that that mighty dollar is universal, the United States dollar. It does business. Okay, so when we start looking at human rights and all that kind of stuff, the largest funder for that is the United States. You understand? Okay. So that's North America. It doesn't mean that multinational corporations, Glory, are not doing business in the international community. They are. So we already know that we want to be able to do business and be able to travel and all that kind of stuff, things that we consider to be a human right. So anyway, it has a thought about, there is a thought about, well, where are you going to be? Well, I live in Georgia and I live in California. Well, I live in Georgia, but I work also wherever it needs to be some implementation in regards to the work. Let's put it like that. My residence is California, my residence is Georgia. Okay. And then I was saying another place in the international community. And yes, that's there too. But I don't want to be so overwhelmed by one thing or the other because we have to get there. I'm not saying that I just, oh, okay, well, I'm going to see you later. But no, seriously, for us to kind of fill up, have an understanding about why we're doing those different things, come with a conversation. Now we could say, okay, well, one place is a little bit more populated than the other place. Well, you know what? You're right. If you're looking for people who have all these different education and stuff like that, you're right. Maybe an environment that's a little bit more populated have more people. Okay, that may be entirely true. People who have a understanding about certain things may be more prevalent in an urban area than it is in a rural area. Now you're talking about collaborating and meeting different people and trying to make things happen. Now, one of the things that I said, that when you're looking at building, you want to be stationed and be at one place to help it grow. But then I realized that that station can really also mean being positioned in your role, and it could be in more than one place, but it still has the same message about building. Now, to actually get people to get involved, yeah, a lot of people want to know all the details, but it just be very basic, you know, in regards to it's basic in regards to people getting people to participate. Now, when you start asking people, well, what about this lodge or what about all this other information? Now it's not a 5 minute conversation. That means readily you're spending time with one another and you're trying to find out more about a person's message. Now we got some people out there, they saying all kinds of things and they got people. Well, ain't nothing wrong with having that kind of conversation with them. So then where is that meat? Well, I may not entirely just be all in agreement with one thing or the other. You understand? I'm gonna mix these. I was using rice, but somebody had shared some beans. I wanted to see how that sounds. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. So see, I got some beans. Let's see how that goes. So, oh, well, here it is. You're going here. You're going there. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't realize traveling in somebody else's thought about it. Just, you know what I mean? I mean, not like that, but dang. Yeah, yeah. That became a concern. Why you suppose somebody else is just that? Oh, here is where you're gonna be, and then it's like, wow. Well, when you think about us, you like that one? I like it too. Sounds all right. So we got some beans for this one. I don't know if I need to use so many of them though. A little louder sounds good. Oh yes. The other one's a lot softer. Let me see. I think that'd be good with half a bag or so. Where's that other stuff? Whew, these little tickets. So, oh, well, here it is. Well, how you going to be over here and how you going to be over there? So now you have these people at all this time. I told you, Ariel, we call it COINTELPRO, whatever. You mean tell me you've been with me all this time and then yet you want everything? It's like, well, I ain't gonna feel for you and make a person upset. And that's not our sentiment. I mean, I've been rapping with people, talking, meeting different people, stuff like that. Um, so, oh, well, here it is. How are we going to get to, Central and South America? Go there. What does it mean when we sit there and start talking about work and wanting to expand work outside of North America, or even talking about building business in different parts of the states and different parts of other countries? Well, it's going to start off with us talking. Really, it is. Let's talk about these things, right? So, oh, okay, well, Irene, well, I'm in Georgia, I'm in California. I can't sit there and be in denial about one thing or the other about us being able to do all of those things and make it happen. This is the truth. Oh, good Lord. And I don't know what that is. Anyway, we can be frowning and crying all day long about one thing or the other. But yeah, there's more than one place. There's California and there's Georgia. Street Meat Company, actually, when I was there in Georgia with my family, um, the inquisition about community development took place in Georgia. One of our first meetings, the guy said, "Oh, it says 2005." And I said, "Yeah, pretty much. That's when I came up with the name Street Meat Company, or Street Meat." Okay, I came up with Street Meat, and then we did one of our first meetings and stuff in Georgia. So the applications were, really, to tell you the truth, I started submitting applications when I decided how Irene Ratliff wanted to approach Chick. So Chick became, and if you don't know what Chick is, it's Constitution, Human, Independence, and Civil. So, they said, well, on the West Coast, they came up with Chicano and Chicana. And I said, I guess we are all up and down that Chick. So, those two places, it's not excluding, here it is, that thought about New England. And New England is up there in like New York and Rhode Island, Connecticut. There's a lot of information up there. Really, it is. A lot of information that pertains to our history. Matter of fact, a lot of those states outside of Washington, D.C., and to talk about Boston, they have information on a lot of those documents that pertains to our liberty, our freedom, and justice, and stuff like that. Do we want to be up there, you dang old Skippy? We do, yeah, 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 yeah. But like for real though, you know what I mean? We ain't trying to exclude all of that. Yeah, we want to be able to be wherever we want to be. But when we start talking about doing international business, while we, also supportive of our military going different places, and then we want to know how we being treated, and they sit there talking about all their foreign policies and stuff like that, and then how that is outside of, let's say, multinationals. We want to know multinational corporations. We want to know how we're able to facilitate some of those things and not be ostracized or want to be like, oh, okay, well, there's people and wait. I mean, not wait, but what? You understand? You understand where I'm coming from. So I told you I had mentioned to a person that I had met, and they were talking about, okay, their role as it related to immigration, or helping people who are coming from South and Central America to North America. And I just said, well, what kind of work are you working on as it relates to people actually being able, because a lot of people, they said they were looking for employment and that conditions in their homeland was a little different. They wanted their government to build and all. And I just said, well, yeah, we got to think about for Vicente Fox. He was the participating president when it came down to NAFTA. Okay, so now we got Vicente Fox and some other players who were involved with the NAFTA program. And we saw then at that time a lot of people who were traveling from these different countries, and they were talking about employment and blase, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that was the onset under the Bush administration of talking about NAFTA. Okay, so though somebody said, well, we have to now. You're right. We're looking at people who are resourceful, and that where we could create the dialogue. But that doesn't mean that you have a meeting. They could be you could be at people go to meetings and stuff all the time, and they be in different places. Really, they do. But this is the reason why you want to be like, okay, woo, woo, woo. So this man, he had contacted me. He said, well, he's an administrative assistant. Well, I was like, well, what kind of administrative assistant, right? Now that becomes so true, because administrative assistant works in different areas. You could be doing real estate assistant for a broker. You could be doing assisting for housing, as it relates to social services. You could do administrative assisting for people who in the arts. You could do administrative assistance for economics. So I had said to him, I said, well, what do you mean? So, just because, some people have a little bit more specialty when it comes down to, let's just say, general office, because they pretty much was just working in that kind of stuff. It could be administrative assistant for logistics. You see what I'm saying? You understand where I'm coming from? Okay. So I was like, oh, okay. But then there's an area for that. Right now, for me saying, the administrator, we're a lot more, my role for what Irene Ratliff is doing, as I had told you, I had went to a Christmas party with my friend, and people are like, well, they're president of this and of that, and and I just thought at that time that I'm just providing a customer service, because I'm like, well, where's our money? So I was just like, okay, there's so many different things in regards to the paperwork. It ain't paperwork alone, because I am at these different places meeting different people and so on and so forth in regards to Street Meat Company's business. Right? It didn't say that here it is, I wasn't chair. Right. Chair, president, executive director, all of that. It just meant that when I meet in different people and I start talking about asking you for some money and you got it going on, that if you wasn't already a part of an organization, we would like you to participate with us. Or what is it you're doing? I'm fundraising for resources right now for Kwanzaa. What's Kwanzaa? Well, Kwanzaa is the Nguzo Saba, is associated with the principles of Nguzo Saba, which is the 7 principles. Oh, what is that? Oh, when can we meet? I would love to elaborate more about what Street Meat Company is doing and how it relates to the Nguzo Saba. I can tell you all the 7 principles and what it means, but then I evermore want to share with you what kind of work we're working on and why it's important and why your money will help us be able to bridge relationships with our neighbors and with our community. You see what I'm saying? So I'm out there and I'm asking you, oh, well, what is this? Oh, isn't that that? Yeah. I think that now that dialogue or that conversation is going. You understand? You like that? That sounds good. Huh? I don't know. That's kind of thick though. You see it? So that means that when I paste this, now that's on there, but then when I paste it, See, I can't shake it right now. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense to do all of that. The reason why, because I just glued it. I have some other ones sitting over there. They're ready to be pasted. This right here is just creating the base. Um, oh, well, yeah, well, well, what is that chick? Oh, well, it's our effort right now. What we're doing as our frontal work is asking other people for resources so that we can have a parade and stuff and acknowledge different people. Well, why is that important? Well, how else you gonna go about doing this, that, and the other? Glory. We're gonna be writing here. This is the State Department because they are the ones who talking about how they and the Justice Department, and we're gonna work on projects through their program. You know what I mean? And then we're gonna ask here it is the government and all that because we want to let them know that we with them. Well, why is these things are important? Liberation. We got on this. We on TV. I really did like those sounds with those beans. Oh, that sounds nice. I was just about to just do rice, but these beans sounds good. I have like maybe about I don't want to count them. Cause I'm like I got a few of them right here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, and then there's like man maybe about 12 of them in there. So I gotta save up my rice and stuff. Hopefully we can get some more beans. I was liking that. Some of those little globes, little rattles are a little smaller. Okay, let me try to get this out. Okay, so yes, oh, when I go home, but see, that was the thing. I was kind of working on my portfolio, and my portfolio is because I was like, when you think about continuing education, yes, there's some things as well into here is whatever that is, but then when you start talking to people in different places, it says willing and ready. We could look for social programs all day long. The thing is that I'm like, I'm on the golf course in the lake, or here it is, the ocean. So I started studying or renewing my license. Let me put it like that. I was renewing my license for real estate. Okay. So looking at, let's say, the conversation about housing, now that's a collective effort at what we can do to help um, improve society as it relates to housing, community, and economic development. You see what I'm saying? So that needs to be done. I need to finish that exam. But there you go. When you asking people to be timely with the bill, I'm like thinking about, wow, if I would have had that, I'm like, honey, I'm missing payment. No, 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 no. I don't want to say it like that, but I mean, you money funds is due. I ain't talking about in the morning, pretty much. Over here, no, 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 no. So I understand all of that. Say here it is. That respect is that I'm just not interfering with you. Here it is, your private, your personal stuff. You understand where I'm coming from? Oh, well, here it is. You right. You had this and that and the other. I mean, these people making it seem like it was just like someplace else in regards to, I was like, well, shit, here, that bank, he gonna want his money because I used up that little bread. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm thinking the same thing. On my mind. Yeah, all right. Oh, good Lord. This thing is just busy, isn't it? See, I didn't pull that thing out all the way, but we're going to go there. We're going to put these little beans in there. Oh, this is so fun. First, see. Yes, honey. Oh, well, here it is. When you going to go to so-and-so? Pay me my money. I'm just looking at it and looking at it. I'm like, for real, honey. And I got those little bills that's due. Good Lord. Somebody else will sit there and tell you how they want you to spend your money, and you got responsibilities. Yeah, 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 yeah. So anyway, I told you about, us wanting to we want to, be able to have a maintenance to our work and efforts. And that thing is just so big. I mean, even looking at, just in different areas of people about the book life. And I told you I was at this place where it was implied like they wanted to not have you think about your history or your people or whatever, right? So I said they went to these people who don't want us to even have a history. Their history want to be like we just all religion and everything. This woman wants to sit there and tell me about how this person did this and did that, and I just said, well, I guess we're gonna be Christians. You know what I'm saying? Huh? Not like that. And then there you go. I'm feeling all bad about it. Listen to that music and be like, where the phone at? Oh, there it is. Hello. Calling people you think you could depend on, honey. And then some people are just not ready, honey. So anyway, they just go somewhere else, but you know what I mean. Lord have mercy. I was looking at this little TV. The guy said, you can't just do. He said, well, why not? And I started thinking, no, I guess that's probably why we have insurance. I wouldn't have been able to pay that little insurance bill. Or I wasn't able to pay here it is those other bills when I'm missing more. There's somebody else gonna tell me how they just dancing with my money like we just trying to figure it out. I know you don't understand what I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. Oh, good Lord. I think I'm gonna probably just stick that one in there. Matter of fact, let's see how that sounds. If I put that in there all the way like that, trying to clean up the little bottom. Like I said earlier, with these, I'm going to dip them. I'm going to dip them in shellac. But then I actually have some coloring. But I don't know if I want to do all of that. It's still a process, maybe 1, 2 days of just trying to repaste them. Maybe do about good four. And I don't know if I want to do the whole globe like that. Talk about four, because it's like what 30, 40 things to talk about me trying to repaste all of them. I don't know about all of that. That's about a good 2 days just to do all 40 of them with the sticks. So anyway, we'll see. It really is a process. If I didn't, let's say, kind of, maybe they would have been done. But we already I think I want to keep that part. You see it? I don't know if I want to make that the handle so yes, at first it was like, okay, well, where I wanted to be, and just say, okay, we'll just call one place just like the main place. But like I said, you could probably get a lot more people being in an urban area than, let's say, being in a rural area or not a area that is not, let's say, as populated. Um, but then you could look at that as just being a meeting place. You can schedule a meetings at one time. They don't necessarily have to be out throughout the month. You know what I mean? They could be, once a month or something like that. Or it could be people that you meet and then you're doing business like that. You know what I'm saying? So somebody else is trying to be like, when you get on a plane, you could be in a place in within a few hours. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to look at it being days away. Where my money? They won't be like they just going high whole water over here. This and you be like, okay, here it is. Woo, 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 woo. You understand? I said, here it is. Those people, they gonna want their little. You understand? Like me too. Or they sitting there talking about, oh, you just could have had it. I said, where my money? I know. Like here, this girl, she's just all over the place. Ooh, mm, okay. So anyway, Okay, this is kind of like half of the. Oh, why? Oh, that's. You gotta come up out of there. You can hear that. You hear it? Let me put. Okay, that's a little different. See, a little bit stayed in there. Yeah, that's okay. Plus, we fill it in like that. It doesn't sound all that good. Which one did I say? This one? Yeah. I'm gonna put this one in there. You know? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All right, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Right. You understand? Yeah, of course you understand. Ooh, this is looking so good. Now stick this one in there a little bit more. Ooh, I don't know. I'm thinking I need to find me some pleasure, some fun time, all with this light. Because you could get so caught up with just working. And though I'm having fun, uh-oh, doing all the little nothings Irene Ratliff is doing. Matter of fact, I've been kind of thinking about I need to get in contact with these other people, but I need to see, even though the application is fairly easy, they're asking for other people's information. So I had gotten in contact with a few people, and whether we want to be like we gonna ask or not, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just to get caught up and all that stuff too. I'm like, good Lord, ugh, ugh. You know what I'm saying? But when you're including other people, you're right. Everybody got something to say, which is good. It's good. I don't want to sit there and say it's negative. It's good. It's good. It's good. Ooh, get ready for this evening. I'm gonna try to find some nice little threads or something. I have these jeans. I'm like, maybe I should write down the where my money. I saw this cute little skirt. Oh, this thing is cute. hmm And they had these little this little skirt was cute. Matter of fact, I think I got my little my Italian hair and everything. It's real curly, right? Matter of fact, I had went and I did wear a rose something, and my hair was also curly and everything. I think I could have took some more attractive pictures, but it was cute then too. So I think I want to go and grab this little skirt. Maybe I won't do all of you all. I think I feel like I want to go down the street and go pick up that little skirt, little flower skirt, cause I'm feeling like a little jazz. Yes, I think it was a skirt or a skirt. Then I contacted these people because I'm trying to get ready for that, and that's an X amount of dollars. And then while we sitting here talking about how we want to be like we Little House on the Prairie, and then I'm sitting there telling you 90210. And then we was be like, okay, well, they see like it's, no, they don't have shit to do with bipolar. I'm sorry, honey. Oh, well, look, here it is. She put on her hair this day. She don't wear this day. What does that have to do with that? That has something to do with where you going. You understand where I'm coming from? They don't have anything to do with and about where you, yeah, for real, where you going. They trying to make things outside of whatever, you know what I'm saying? Don't make no sense. Anyway, I think I'm frowning. Sometimes I have to look at myself in the mirror and be like, girl, what you doing? Uh-huh. I don't know if that's somebody writing on my stuff or not. If they is, hi. Yes, how are we doing? I don't know if I just read somebody talking about some Obama. I'm like, oh, Bin Laden. I don't know nothing about that. But we'll have a conversation on that a little later. I was like, what? I didn't read all of it, people, but I'll read it and make another video on that one, okay? Right now we're working on, here it is, our little handles. You like that? So we'll have something going in there, clunk, 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 hopefully, because it's already nicely lined up. Okay. So anyway, yeah, you want to be able to be in more than one place to do your business, and you have people on board. You're right with conversations and stuff. But anyway, Street Meat Company is California, Georgia, and yes, we are in the Caribbean basin. The other parts of Latin America or South and Central America. Okay, the thing is that readily for a lot of people who are doing business, as I had stated in regards to Street Meat Company and my work and efforts, initially, I wanted to know more about the economics, and then it went into products and services and stuff like that. And then I realized that it was when you start talking about the Constitution, real estate, real property, how all these things are tied up. Now, when you're like, oh, okay, well, how are we going to get there? Well, some things just become a subject, not unless you're going to be out there looking for them. This is the thing. We will meet all those kind of people along the way, meaning, when you go to meetings and stuff like that, you'll find out what people are doing. You'll find out about their products. You'll find out about their services. Just going to meetings and meeting and doing mingles and socializing. People are always looking at opportunities to maximize their business. Co-ops. Oh, I saw that same skirt. This girl is doing this with this product or whatever. Helping people merge their ideas together, making connections and stuff like that. It's possible. It's possible. You understand where I'm coming from? Okay. So you know what? Oh, there's a lot of things to do. Really, it is. The field is big, honey. The field is big. So when we start looking at that field and then start just talking about, well, what I am working on is I am asking for funding support. And I think I wrote a couple of people to ask them for sustaining support. Because just having and talking to people about certain things and just letting them know these are the things that we're working on, to have somebody who can focus on, let's say, um, reaching out to people who are veterans or who are providing a service, finding out what they're doing, collaborating, getting people to um, support, let's just say, that thing, and all that cultivation is linked onto what other people are doing as it relates to policies or their mission, you know what I mean, their efforts, and then how that is applied to some of our concerns and how we're able to implement some of those things to our movement, as supporters or sustainers, you know what I mean. Matter of fact, ACLU, I need to go back and look at it. That's the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU. They wrote me, and they wanted a survey. They wanted to know something about, now they're you see, you don't know all the stuff that they're doing, but they have no low services, but they're running policies. It may be not, let's say, focused on policies, and when it may be here, but the thing is that when you start asking them for different things because you may not readily have the resources, then you dang gonna skip it. We may not directly provide one service, but you're right, we want to be friends with these people. Matter of fact, we could probably get us an attorney there and do provide such a services. The same thing with branching into the labor union or the Department of Labor, and being a part of, let's just say, that effort. To talk about the law. So when you start talking about you need administrative assistant, you damn skippy. You right. Well, who you think is going to be, and that would be the point. It could be a paralegal that's an assistant. You said, yes, when you start looking, asking for people for money, oh, well, what is it? It is that and the other. Well, we're going to be working on these things. These are the things that we're working on. You understand? And that becomes national. Yeah, we support, here it is, these different organizations. If we're not doing it directly, there may be some other people who are doing it. But if we have a system that's been sitting there trying to ostracize, here it is, people, then we concerned. And then there it goes. There you go. There's that thing, that thought again. How the different organizations, though they may say they're working on this, that, and the other, they may have a focus that's just focused on women rights. They may have a focus that's on animal rights. They may have a focus that is on health rights. You understand? So there's a different entity that, it's different in size. You know what I mean? Oh, here it is. I'm like, honey, if you understand what I'm saying, at a communal application, talking to organizations that have people, and you're implementing and suggesting, these kind of activities, there's a reason for it. Well, here it is. What else it is, and that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. We're writing you. And there's organizations out there that are funders, and foundations that are funders. Okay? Oh, well, here it is. We want to put out. It's like, I heard that. Me too. You know what I mean? Now we start talking about one thing. I think I said in another video, in regards to planning and, going places and socializing and things of that nature, what it means in regards to, let's just say, getting people and, becoming have um, a mutual effort as it relates to not only our personal but also our real estate, our businesses and stuff like that. You're right. Ooh, good Lord, it could be Are we making rattles? Look, see? Yes, we're making rattles. See, it's also communal. You don't get it. You don't understand. I told you that here it is. We got to write them. We got to tell them. And yes, I'll have information on, some of the things that we're doing right now. We're working on Kwanzaa. I don't know, some of these sticks, I'm thinking, oh, I should use that stick and use that stick. This one is good. This is, let me see if I push it in a little more. Because I thought I was making, doing it, hand to thumb. But some of these are a little longer. So that means a lot of the sticks, you see here, like I have that stick there. But if I was going to use this, I probably could have used a larger globe. But you see here, I was doing it like that. So that means that when I cut here in the middle, I would have this part and I would have this part, which is good. So I think I'm going to cut this right here in the middle. So that one and then that and then, this part. And I have a couple of them that actually have like a point, and I'm like, I like those. Because I'm like, honey, I ain't trying to paste up. Yes, I am. I will be doing that later, but that's an additional project. And like I said, there's no rush. But you'd be like, oh, okay, this thing is done. But they're not done. I'm gonna look at whatever those notes were. I saw some stuff that's kind of flared up. They're talking about Osama bin Laden and all that, and I think that I will probably get there and have conversation. Now in this video, let me read what you wrote, because I was doing all of this and I couldn't really see it, and it did not stay on there. So for people who want to know more about what was going on in the Middle East during that time about Osama bin Laden, the sea and the rope and all that other kind of thing, we wouldn't be able to find his body, because you better believe it, honey, them sharks ate that up. Them sea creatures, you'd be surprised. They eat meat, honey, because they'll gobble up each other. Talking about the fishes. The big fish, or as they would say, the big bank take up the little bank. So we will have that conversation on that. I will look at whatever that is and come back to you at whatever that comment was and kind of title it that way. Okay, people, peace out. Let me read what they had to say. I'm always interested in, trying to cultivate understanding with people. Okay. All right. Thanks, people. Peace out.